Such a tremendous experience here in Naples. Take a stroll through East Naples Community Park. Never know who you're going to see, what you're going to see. 60 courts full of players. Tremendous action on all sides, and the center of it all, Zing Zang Championship Court, where we are playing for men's pro doubles and a bronze medal coming up here. We got McGuffin and Newman near court. And we got Kyle Yates and Matt Wright. Kyle Yates, always a fan favorite here in Naples.
Just up the street here from Naples. And he's certainly no stranger to the Zing Zang Championship Court, winning multiple championships here.
Already seeing Newman and McGuffin all over the court right here. Yates and Wright moving them around.
And Matt Wright with the final say. Matt Wright, the elder statesman of this group, but this guy is just amazing. What incredible hands, Melissa.
He is. We've seen him so many times play. You'd never know he was an elder. He certainly plays just as well as these younger guys here. Just a fantastic player, very smart player. And it's exciting to see him back out here on championship court.
A tremendous tennis player at Wichita State. Once went head-to-head with Andy Roddick and got the better of him.
Yeah, not surprising. You know, I know he played #1 men's tennis at the Michigan University, Michigan. And earlier today, they found themselves in this bronze medal match when they lost to Stone and Barr, 3-11, 11-8, 11-5. And of course, we saw McGuffin and Newman here earlier, also losing to Stone and Barr. That one went 12-10, 6-11, 11-8.
2-1 lead here. Yates and Wright. There's Newman.
Yeah, I think that's what Newman's going to have to do right here. He's going to have to insert himself middle of the court.
2-1-2.
He's fast. He's got lightning quick hands.
How about Newman? He picked that one right up off the ground, Chad.
Yeah, Riley gets balls back that you just can't even figure out how he gets them back.
He's like a magician, isn't he?
It's not teachable, huh?
There are certain things you can't teach.
Second server.
I don't even know how they see that ball with that kind of rapid exchange.
Instinct.
Yeah.
1-2-2. Point.
Really nice around the post by Tyson. Wright was able to defend the first one, but wasn't able to defend. Newman coming across and hitting that big forehand.
As it knocks off Newman that time. Were you surprised, guys, how slow McGuffin and Newman played against Stone and Barr?
2-2-1.
Not really surprised. I think we're going to see very similar here against Yates and Wright. We're going to see some that cross court dinking, but I think what it's going to come down to is Wright and Newman, how much they're going to interject themselves in, similar to what we saw with Barr interjecting himself in the earlier match.
3-2-1.
Excellent reset by Yates.
Just long.
Second server.
And we talked about Kyle Yates. He's the 4-time U.S. Open men's doubles pickleball championships champion. So
3, 2, 2.
this is the first time we won't see him on
You're the correct
championship
server.
Saturday in 4 years.
Last time I was here, 2018, he was at the time sort of the king of the sport, standing on top of the mountain.
2,
That was
3,
before
1.
the true emergence of a guy by the name of Ben Johns.
Yes, Ben Johns,
Point.
and I know Kyle. Kind of was the mentor to Ben Johns, and when they first came, Ben Johns spending a lot of
3,
time
1.
here in Florida. Back when Ben Johns was just a teenager.
As Matt Wright scores again, and Chet, I got to ask you.
Second server.
I mean, everybody wants to help everybody and coach everybody, but do you want to tell a guy your secrets?
I mean, it's not so much telling them your secrets, but definitely if you have the opportunity to get out and drill and play with a high level every single day, then you're going to take it. And obviously, it was Ben and Kyle who were down here. Simone moved down here, and then it became Catherine was down here, and we've got some other pros. Rob Nunnery is down here, so there's quite a large Vivian David. There's quite a large group of pros down here that now drill together, play together. Deco Bar spends a lot of time down here.
So I guess kind of hard for them to really keep secrets when they are playing or on the tour with each other so often.
Sure.
You can definitely say that they notice the tendencies of each other. But yeah, like you said, Melissa, you're playing on the tour, you play against each other so much. It's going to come out anyway, but
Matt Wright not wanting that pattern to start.
And there's another point
Second server.
by Newman. What I meant, guys, is, you train a guy, and then he comes up, and then he starts beating you. And then what do you do then? Do you keep training him?
4, 3,
I
2.
think you just look at yourself and, hey, I must be a pretty good trainer.
Around the post.
What a great shot by Matt Wright.
Oh, beautifully executed.
Matt even changed the angle of the around the post that he was going to hit right before he hit it. He was going to try to bring it back in and
5,
then
3, 2.
sliced it all the way to the back corner of the court. Yeah, that's a very good ball by Riley.
Three, 5, 1.
Oh, Tyson McGuffin
Second
can't
server.
get there. Cal Yates placed it perfectly.
Yeah, one thing
3,
to watch
5, 2.
from that specific point right there, if you're watching at home, when that drive was coming, Kyle didn't try to do too much with it. He stayed relaxed, let the paddle create the angle and absorb some of that power that Tyson was hitting behind it.
Oh, a little short.
Point. Yes. Yes, correct server, correct side. 4, 5, 2.
And a put away by Newman.
It's so exciting to see him fly across the center of the court.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to do a shake and bake, especially when you get the ball that you're looking for.
2.
Obviously, that good drive is one that's waist high into the body. Difficult to keep it down.
Yates will run it down between the legs.
Oh yeah, and look at that. He really get fired up on that. He chased the lob down, hit it between his legs. And
So Yates did a lot on that point, actually. He went for an Ernie, and then he came back into the court, got the next ball back, and then he chased down the lob right there. And he was definitely all over the court on that point.
now it's 5-5.
Second server.
Matt Wright needing to tie his shoe.
5-5-2.
He has had some beautiful shots here in this first game.
Yeah, and that's one thing Carl does really well. He's always done really well. Actually, a couple of years ago, I was
6-5-2.
watching that exact thing of speeding it up into the body, and that 1-2 into the body, expect it to come back, finish again.
Point. Seven, 5-2.
Oh, that was trouble.
Oh, how about Newman?
Yeah.
That was a definitely odd way to hold the paddle, Chad.
He actually hit a left-handed overhead right there.
5-7-1.
He couldn't quite get that second hand up there, so he just reached out with the left. Actually, one of the reasons he's able to, majority of the time, anybody that hits a two-handed backhand, they're able to hit a ball left-handed, because that two-handed backhand is very similar to a left-handed forehand. Well, that's the thought process of it.
Point.
There's Riley Newman again. 7-6 now. Getting closer to Yates and Wright. Yates and Wright have led for most of this first game. Playing for a bronze.
7-2.
And there's Kyle Yates again.
Seeing some success here, just like we did in the prior game with Barr and Stone, going down that line on Riley Newman to his backhand.
7-6.
Yeah, and the good thing Kyle does right there too is, like you said, goes behind Riley, but when he goes for the finish, he doesn't go back down the line again. He crosses the body. So we want to try to avoid hitting balls, whether it's a dink, whether it's an attack, into the same position on the court or on the opponent, because a lot of the time that paddle is still there in the same position after the finish.
Side out. Six, 7-1. Second server.
Let serve goes out.
6-7-2.
And into the net from Newman. So not the side out that McGuffin and Newman were looking for that time.
No, two unforced errors right there.
7-6-1. Point.
3 in a row.
8-6-1. Second server.
Matt wants that one back. Wright wants that one back. He was sitting on it and he was there.
8-6-2.
Just got a little big, caught the ball behind his body.
Side out.
So 8-6 now. McGuffin and Newman trying to make up a 2-point deficit. And both teams now in a little bit of a funk.
Yeah, a little bit. I know, it is 5:30 here in the evening. They started at 9:30 this morning. It's been a warm day out there on the courts under the sun. It's certainly a lot cooler here, and oh my.
Don't tell Kyle Yates that. He is on fire right now. This is still his court.
Yes, it is.
8-6-1. Point.
And last time, 2019, of course, Matt Wright was on one side, Kyle Yates was on the other, partnering with Ben Johns. And Wright was with the great Dave Weinbach.
All right.
Playing in a championship, a classic match from 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was enjoyable to watch. They put on a great show here.
So obviously, guys, these teams switch around a lot. I think a team like maybe Simone and Lucy has a chance to stick for a long time.
1 minute.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. They, Simone talks about being an old lady, but I don't see her going away and being able to compete at this high level for quite some time.
Championship celebration.
Yeah, and it may be where she drops out at singles as we go along, but definitely doubles. She'll stay around for longer.
10-6. We'll be back in just a moment. The 2021 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, is sponsored by Minto. Latitude, Margaritaville, and Minto. Change your latitude to the active adult paradise of Latitude Margaritaville. Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast. By Margaritaville Hotels and Resorts. Check in and chill out at margaritavilleresorts.com. And Pickleball Central, the Pickleball Superstore. Oh, look at the beautiful beaches here in Naples. And today, probably our nicest day that we've had all week long. Nice little breeze here. Feels still like it's in the 90s. But see the crowd here, Zigzag Championship Court, the place to be here in this city today and tomorrow, throughout this entire week. Game point, Yates and Wright.
Second server.
Newman sped that ball up well right into paddle side armpit of Yates.
Side out.
It'll be side out now for McGuffin and Newman.
That's a good timeout. Maybe get a momentum shift, momentum swing. We'll see.
10-1.
It's the beauty of a timeout. These players use timeouts like weapons.
Second serve.
They usually work.
If you were into the minds of McGuffin and Newman during that timeout, what do you think they were talking about?
Make more balls.
Point.
Had that come over from Matt, that would have been the best touch we've seen all day.
Yeah, I think they're. And Tyson did an excellent job hitting that around the post. But definitely make some more balls, get into some longer rallies, look for a counter attack.
Side out.
And this will be a side out here, so another game point coming up for Kyle Yates out of Fort Myers. Big round of applause he received before taking the court here.
10-1.
And there's game one.
Game. 2 minutes between
Kyle
games.
Yates feeling right at home.
11-7.
He and Matt Wright take care of business. 11-7. Chad, they pretty much controlled the tempo throughout this first session.
Yeah, and Yates hit majority of the balls, and he moved McGuffin and Newman around, sped some balls up well, chose really good balls to speed up and right positioning, right timing. So we'll look for that to continue in game 2.
Game 2 coming up in just a few moments. We're in Naples here at the Open. First game numbers brought to you by Skechers. Chad, do the honors.
Yeah, they're actually. It was somewhat surprising that the difference in this one was the winners, but we come down to Yates had that little run there where he was aggressive. He was going behind Newman. Got a couple of those 1-2 punch winners right there, and that was actually the difference where they were actually even with unforced errors.
Side out.
Sometimes it's points like that that will get you back into a match, Melissa, and hopefully for McGuffin and Newman, that gets them going.
Yeah, that can be a bit of a momentum
0-1.
shift right there. Give you some energy, hype you up a little bit.
Oh, just a little wide that time.
All right. Newman actually got a paddle on it. He was trying to pull it back. Yeah, he was trying to pull it back and
0-0-2.
ended up still getting it with the paddle.
Still scoreless here.
Yes, that's done. Show them, tell them that.
It's that same pattern. Kyle staying in that cross-court dink until he sees Riley lean a little too far to the right, able to speed a ball up behind him and then get the finish.
Are you surprised, Chad, that Riley and Tyson are staying in that kind of pattern? And they were in that pattern with Barr and Stone as well, and it didn't really have the outcome they were expecting.
Yeah, I thought we would see a little bit different strategy coming out for this bronze medal match, but yeah, like you said, they've stayed in the same cross-court dink, cross-court dink, cross-court dink.
Well, great volleying from Yates.
And Kyle is just playing unbelievable right now.
He's on right now. He's, like we said, he's hitting the majority of the balls. And that's where I would potentially like to see McGuffin and Newman at this point make Matt hit some more balls, because he's been back on his heels a little bit. He's not expecting the ball right now.
Yeah, and that was an unusual miss for Kyle right now. He's
1-0-2.
He's just been very consistent.
Nicely done by Newman. And a side out here to Tyson McGuffin and Riley Newman. 4 stars in this game of pickleball going at it right here. Each with their own personal brand. Very active on social media. Guys, it's incredible. You just type in their names to YouTube's, all the cool vignettes and clinics and different things that come up. All of them doing whatever they can to promote this game.
Yeah, and certainly most of them, Matt may be the exception, where he is a corporate lawyer by day, pickleball player by night, if you will.
A few other things going on for Matt, right?
Yeah, a few other things. And he actually doesn't get to play that often, maybe 2-3 times a week. So that just tells you right there just how incredible of a player he is.
1-0.
Asked him how much longer you want to play this game. And he looked at me and he said, Drew, as long as I can do it, I'm going to keep trying.
Yeah, Matt's had some back issues in the past. Recently dropped a couple of pounds and said he's moving better on the court. He feels better.
We all like to think that's Lucy's Kovalova's influence on his better diet.
Of course, for those who are not aware, the pickleball world, of course, knows Matt Wright, Lucy Kovalova are an item. They have been for several years. And Matt Wright also said, I got to do this for Lucy. I got to play at the top of my game because I owe it to her. She is in her prime. And that's just well played again by partner Kyle Yates. He is putting on a show here.
Yes, he is, and that pumped his partner Matt Wright as well. And you surely don't want to have both of them pumped up at the same time.
We've definitely seen a lot of around the post, a lot of unis today. And that was another excellent example, all the way back corner of the court.
The 2021 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, is sponsored by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's Sporting Goods. By Zing Zang. Zing Zang, America's favorite Bloody Mary mix. By Franklin and Franklin X40, the official ball of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. Skechers Arch Fit footwear featuring podiatrist certified arch support. And by Highlands leg cramps. Stop your cramp, not your game. Great to have you with us, everybody. Drew Felios, Melissa McCurley, Chad Edwards. You know, it's incredible when you sit next to Melissa McCurley at a tournament. If you think she's just going to put the headset on and call the match, you're greatly mistaken. She is actually working the tournament as she commentates, and players are coming up to her and asking her, what court am I on? Am I next here? Melissa, what you do is just a sight to behold.
Well, thank you. I have a tremendous team here supporting me today and all week long, doing a great job so that I have the opportunity to be here, Drew, with you and Chad today.
Yates and Wright still blazing away.
Yeah, and they're now just completely in sync together, and that's got to be worrisome for McGuffin and Newman.
Yeah, they're
5-0-1.
literally on fire. I mean, the hands of Yates right there in that fast exchange was, he's seeing the ball well, he's feeling it.
Second.
McGuffin actually changed the speed on that a little bit right there.
5-0-2.
Oh, another great hand battle there. Newman has the final say. Look at these instincts.
Just impressive. I mean, that was an extra ball hit just out of instincts that in most cases wouldn't be.
Well, one thing too is the harder the ball comes, the less you have to swing. What allows you to stay in that fast exchange more is just shortening up the swing, trusting the hand, not trying to do too much with it. You saw Matt just literally putting a paddle on it and it's sending it back. When you try to get bigger or hit it harder, that's when you're not going to stay in that fast exchange.
Side out coming up here. If you're just joining us, it's been the Kyle Yates Show here on Zing Zang Championship Court.
5-0-1.
He is tearing it up right now. 11-7, 5-0 with his partner Matt Wright.
Second server.
One of the few misses by Kyle Yates. Pretty good crowd here on Zing Zang Championship Court as well. Probably kind of powering him along right now.
And keep in mind, this year a little bit different. Yep. Melissa, no grandstand on one side. It's kind of an extended license to chill by Margaritaville. Tables set out to cater to COVID protocol.
Yes, and people are really enjoying that. You can see it was a sold-out VIP license to chill lounge. It's a very well talked about ticket that's really coveted in the gold box seats as well.
Point.
Couple errors now. McGuffin and Newman hoping to climb back into this, Chad.
Yeah, and they moved the ball around better in that point. We're able to get Wright to be off balance. Now we see Newman being a little bit more aggressive, going into the body of Yates. thing with pickleball is
Two, five,
you're never
one.
out of it. You know, we saw it yesterday. We had a 6-0 run, then we had an 11-point run.
Point.
And earlier this week in the popular mixed split age event, we saw a team go down 13-4, and they come back and won the match.
Wow. Yeah, that one day when we had the range short matches in the race to 11, what we thought was just going to maybe come up short in terms of action turned out to be one of the most exciting formats we've ever seen, Melissa.
Yeah, well, those points are playing a lot faster and a lot shorter. You know, people know they got a lot more on the line much quicker. They don't have a lot of room for error to recover.
Newman rushed that drive a little bit. He was trying to drive it and close behind it, but kind of ran through it.
Very nice. And so Newman and McGuffin are just kind of chipping away here, Chad, slowly coming back into this game.
Yeah, they're making Wright hit a few more balls going behind him. Obviously, we saw them use the offensive lob on that last point.
And we're seeing Riley get a lot more aggressive as well.
Yeah, and he plays really well when he's moving.
3, 5, 1.
When he's engaged in the point. And that's why I think it was a little surprising to see staying in that cross-court dink for so long.
Second server. 3, 5, 2.
Trim the gap to 2 here. Game 2. McGuffin and Newman trying to climb their way back. And they have opened the door, have Wright and Yates here.
Yeah, Kyle Yates have started to make a few errors that we hadn't seen him making earlier in this game.
Well, that's one thing that movement can create as well. The reason why Kyle missed that ball is because he saw Newman coming to the middle, tried to go behind him, and it was a ball that was very difficult to change direction on. We just saw him do the same thing then, try to go behind Newman, miss that ball long. So now all of a sudden, 5-point run, and we're back in it.
Yep, tied at 5 here in game number 2 at the Open. The 2021 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, is sponsored by Minto. Latitude, Margaritaville and Minto. Change your latitude to the active adult paradise of Latitude Margaritaville. Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast. By Margaritaville Hotels and Resorts. Check in and chill out at margaritavilleresorts.com. And Pickleball Central, the Pickleball Superstore. Well, be sure and tune in tomorrow night. CBS Sports Network, men's and women's gold medal matches for you from right here on Zing Zang Championship Court. We're making history. First time ever live on CBS Sports. Melissa McCurley, I know this is a huge moment for the sport.
It is a huge moment for the sport, and I certainly, for one, couldn't be more excited. I remember being here in 2016 when we saw the CBS Sports bucket over the top of this championship court before this beautiful awning was here, and I thought then, wow, I knew we'd see it on TV one day, but not that soon, and then here we are, a short 5 years later, going live, Drew.
That day's here, and we could not be more thrilled to be a part of history along with these great players and this great event. Oh. So Kyle Yates, Matt Wright trying to get back on track here after conceding 5 straight points.
Yeah, and we'll look for potentially Yates to slow himself down again and get his anticipation back.
Yeah, nice leave by Yates. They really needed that right there. They needed to get that point coming out of that timeout.
6, 5, 2.
Yeah, and Yates did a better job of getting back to what he was doing before as far as keeping the paddle out in front, staying a little bit more compact, not trying to do too much with the ball.
Nice job by Newman. And he continues to be aggressive, keeping himself in the middle of the court. It's been a recipe for success for him, so why not?
Yeah, keep pressing the middle.
Oh, just skim the top of the net, lands out. And back to a tie. This time it's 6. Oh, great reflex by Matt Wright.
And Newman ready for that ball to go behind him on that particular exchange.
And this is the first lead of any kind here in this match for McGuffin and Newman.
7-6-1.
Been playing from behind the entire day.
Point. Timeout.
Kyle Yates walks over to the official, says, I need time.
I think that was more so in frustration right now than anything else.
8-6, game number 2. Yates and Wright. McGuffin and Newman. Be back in a moment. The 2021 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, is sponsored by Gamma. Gamma Pickleball, the official grip of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. DecoTurf. DecoTurf, the official pickleball court surface of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By I Love Pickles. ILovePickles.org, a place to celebrate all things pickled. And by Franklin, the official bag of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. All of a sudden, Tyson McGuffin and Riley Newman an 8-6 lead. Yates and Wright, things seem to come so easy for them in the first game and a half, but they've hit the wall here over the past 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that's pickleball. You can feel like you're making every single ball, and then all of a sudden make a couple of errors, let it get to you, dwell on them, it starts compounding, and then you lose that confidence a little bit. So see if Yates and Wright can get back into it.
How about Newman?
Try to get something going again, see if they can get that chemistry that they showed just a few points earlier in the first game. Because when they're in sync, they're tough.
9-6-1.
Yeah, we saw with Newman and McGuffin against Barr and Stone. This is what they did in game 2 there. Newman was a lot more aggressive, taking control like he is now.
10-6-1.
And here we have a game point.
And there's
Second
Yates
server.
finally coming up with a winner there. Second serve, though, another game point. McGuffin and Newman trying to force the game 3.
Yes. 10-6-2.
And that's long.
Side out.
So they got that much needed side out that they needed right here to stay in the game.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad ball
10,
for
1.
McGuffin to try to speed up. Just got a little unlucky catching the net cord.
And there's one.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Oh, Yates looks like he is a little hobbled here.
Uh-oh.
Perhaps a cramp or a shoe.
Looks like it might be a cramp maybe in the calf. Looking like a calf
Right.
cramp. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can see it clenching up right there. Wow. Yeah, we just got a really good view of that.
Yeah. Yates
7-10-1.
Yates has had issues with cramping in previous years here at the U.S. Open.
You can see him just kind of hopping right now.
Making it work right now, basically moving on one leg.
Yeah, and that was just unlucky.
Second server.
Be interesting to see what Kyle decides to do. And try to tough it out and see what happens with the rest of this game.
7-10-2. Sign out. And 7-1. Second server. 10-7-2.
Another game point here from McGuffin and Newman. And that's right down the pipe.
Point game.
And this is going to go to a game 3.
Clean
How
game.
exciting.
Final score 11-7.
Riley Newman, Tyson McGuffin able to recover. They come back and they win game 2, Chad.
Yeah, Newman did an excellent job inserting himself into this one. Took the middle of the court, looking for the counterattack, looking to speed it up. And we saw it right there with a good forehand finish back to the middle.
7-11 in games 1 and 2. Headed to game 3 here in Naples.
No matter how you stay active, you don't want a leg cramp to mess up your day. Highlands Leg Cramps has been America's #1 leg cramp relief solution for over 10 years. The flavorless tablets dissolve quickly under your tongue. No water needed, no stomach upset. So you can keep going. No matter what you're doing, don't let a leg cramp slow you down. Highlands Leg Cramps. Available at your favorite retailer. Stop your cramp, not your day. Claims based on traditional homeopathic practice, not accepted medical evidence, not FDA evaluated.
Yeah.
Game 2 numbers brought to you by Skechers. As McGuffin and Newman come back to win 11-7. What numbers stand out? Melissa, take a look.
Yeah, well, certainly the unforced errors again, but there were certainly winners there too. It just kind of balanced out. So ultimately, it was those unforced errors and key moments that shifted the momentum to Newman McGuffin that made the difference.
Shirt change for Kyle Yates here to start game number 3.
Point.
Yeah, and Riley's getting more fired up. He's gotten more consistent since game 1 as well.
Yeah, his
1-0-2.
intensity is definitely picked up. We were just talking a little bit in the break right there that with this being a warmer day, we're now 6 o'clock at night. Got to try to dig deep, try to find that little bit of energy you got left to really fire yourself up.
Because these players will come back and play mixed doubles tomorrow.
One stung just a little bit on Yates that time. And you're right, Melissa. Newman is really, really the guy right now on the court that is excelling.
Yes, he is. So he is really zoned in.
Point.
And good vision on his part. He has really tightened that lineup, making it very difficult for Yates and Wright to create a point.
Trying to shake that one off.
3-0-2.
Yeah, he might be dealing with cramps in his whole body.
In his whole body, yeah. And that's, game 1, Yates was able to get a few balls behind Newman. Now he's expecting those balls.
Sign out.
I think Riley Newman might have been expecting that ball to come at him a little bit harder. Paddle face was open.
Yeah, he laid it back just a little bit. Typically, when that wrist lays back flat, that ball will end up sailing long on you.
Yeah, Newman and McGuffin have certainly come out with more intensity than we've seen in the first 2 games.
0-3-2. 2.
Yeah, and they definitely were isolating Yates early on, and Yates stepped up in game 1 and really caught fire. But now we're seeing a little bit of a side change with Wright and Yates.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see Wright continue to try to keep himself inserted to the game to try to pick his partner up and help him out.
Yeah, Yates is definitely struggling with some cramping right now. After each ball that he hits, he's shaking his hand. He's a little ginger on the right leg.
And they're going after him too.
Yeah. Yeah, he just said this is so much fun. I mean, his body's failing him, and I know that's got to be frustrating.
Yeah, and you can say, well, hey, he's from Fort Myers, Florida. He should be used to this. I mean, the humidity is so intense down here that it doesn't matter if you're from here or not. I don't think I've stopped sweating since I moved to Naples 6 years ago. So.
And the fact, remember, it's not just 1 or 2 matches. You're playing throughout the day. And you're having to battle up to that bronze medal game too, Melissa. Makes it that much harder.
It sure does, and it's heat and humidity, a lot of dehydration, and they're gonna have to switch sides. So I guess that ball sailed long.
Timeout to switch
Third
ends.
game, switching sides at 6.
6-0. McGuffin and Newman leading here at the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. Championship is set with Stone and Barr taking on the Johns brothers. These two teams playing for third. The 2021 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, is sponsored by Minto. Latitude, Margaritaville, and Minto. Change your latitude to the active adult paradise of Latitude Margaritaville. Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast. By Margaritaville Hotels and Resorts. Check in and chill out at margaritavilleresorts.com. And Pickleball Central, the Pickleball Superstore. So Kyle Yates battling some cramps here. He along with Matt Wright. There was one point in this match where they were in command, but right now they trail 6-0 game 3.
And I'm a bit surprised that Kyle's not calling a timeout for this situation. You know, we have one of the top referees in the game, Mr. Don Stanley, who's watching, who just sent me a note about cramps are a legitimate medical issue now, which would get him a medical timeout.
Point.
Very nice reach in by McGuffin, speeding that ball up directly in front of him through Wright.
7-0-1.
But they've got a big hole to climb out of now.
Second server. Yes. So, 7-0-2.
Well played.
Oh, that's a nice angle by Riley Newman with some great defensive gets for both Wright and Yates.
Yeah, a lot of the times, regardless of whatever ball you're using, it's hard to put it away. You see how close the overheads are hitting to the kitchen line. If you're hitting straight down onto the court, the ball does not travel very well, but Newman finished it with an excellent angle.
And yeah, Wright and Yates doing a fantastic job moving around there in that particular rally.
Yeah, and that's what they'll need to do more of.
0-8-1. Point.
Nicely done by Matt Wright. Finally on the scoreboard here in game 3.
1-8-1. Point.
Yeah, Matt was looking for that counterattack.
Point.
Very nice, and really kind of stepped it up here a notch, Chad.
Yeah, Matt's definitely pushing the envelope here. He's trying to take more of the court.
2-8-1.
See if Yates and Wright have anything left here. Oh, into
Second
the
server.
net. Second serve here.
The only problem with
2-8-2.
really being overly aggressive is
Point.
trying to speed balls up a little too early. So Wright needs to make sure that he still chooses the right ball to go with.
3-8-2. Point.
And
4-point run.
Wright continuing to keep his partner pumped up, letting him know when he's had a really great
4,
shot.
8,
He knows
2.
he's struggling. But here we are, 4-8-2.
They can get a point here. Likely a timeout coming from McGuffin and Newman.
Point.
And there it is. And
And
there the battle goes down on the court.
Timeout.
Drew.
Score,
Nice call.
5-8-2.
Hey, it's a
1
game
minute.
of momentum, and right now it is on the side of Yates and Wright. Do we smell a comeback? The plot thickens here in Naples. The 2021 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, sponsored by Paddle Tech, the official paddle of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By Head, official footwear of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By Babolat Pickleball, join the rebellion. And by the U.S. Open, the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. Save the date, April 23rd to April 30th of 2022. Welcome back to Naples as the sun slowly sets here on the west coast of Florida. Drew Felios, Melissa McCurley, Chad Edwards. Thanks for sticking with us throughout the day and the week.
5-8-2.
As Yates and Wright try and battle back here, McGuffin and Newman an 8-5 lead. Kyle Yates doing his best. You can feel that pain though. Oh. How much does he have left? He's going for it. He's going for it.
And that has got to be the best point of the afternoon. I mean, this certainly roused up this crowd in a way that we haven't heard so far today.
Now,
6,
Unbelievable.
8,
he was
2.
throwing the lobs up higher and higher.
Yes, you're correct.
And obviously, the higher that ball goes, the more it's affected by the
Server time. Score 6-8-2.
Well, if he hadn't
1
won
minute.
wind and the elements.
If he had not won over every single body inside Minto,
Yes.
inside Zing Zang Championship Court, Melissa, I think he just did. I mean, let's watch this point one more time. One of the best we've seen throughout the entire week.
Yeah, and certainly for this afternoon.
Here it is. Let's listen in. He had the crowd by the tail.
was just fantastic. And here we're back in 6-8.
You know, Kyle Yates, a very emotional player. He can kind of be like the Jimmy Connors of pickleball. Always kind of states his
7,
mind.
8, 2.
Or John McEnroe.
Yeah, sometimes. Didn't want to go there, Melissa.
Okay.
You said it.
Okay. I've known Kyle since he came into this game at 19 years old.
And he's definitely a character. But
8-point run.
that personality plays to the crowd beautifully, Melissa, especially in moments like this.
It sure does. And everybody's now on the edge of their seat.
8, 2.
That's the swing in pickleball right there. We've gone
9,
0-8 to 9-8.
So 9 points in a row.
Yeah. Stop pressing and feel them getting closer.
Well, the shoe comes off of Yates, trying to stay in the point.
Watch that shoe, Matt. And if Matt hadn't got his shoe in the way, it might have hit Kyle's shoe. Oh, how entertaining has this been for the last 10 minutes?
Yeah, we got everything going. We got shoes falling off, cramping. Balls almost hitting the ceiling.
What else does Kyle Yates have to deal with? Dealing with major cramps. In case you're just joining us,
8,
he and Wright
9,
were cruising, and then McGuffin and Newman took this match over, and it looked like Wright and Yates were on life support there for a short period of time, and now here we are. They lead again.
Point.
Just going to tie it up at 9s.
Nine, 9, 1.
Oh, how about this hand battle?
Look at that. And he is certainly giving it all he's got. We know he's hurting. Fantastic.
Yeah, you can see it right there. Kyle's just staying locked in with that backhand.
Huge point. Wright comes over. Oh, nicely done by Riley. And now it is match point, McGuffin and Newman.
Yes, you are the correct server. Correct position. 10, 9, 2.
McGuffin!
Gets it.
An ATP to end the match. Tyson McGuffin, Riley Newman finally take down Kyle Yates and Matt Wright. What an effort. That is the best display of pickleball we've seen in a while.
Oh, we certainly have. Chad, this match had a little bit of it all, really.
Yeah, it had everything right there. And to finish off with an ATP just kind of sums it all up. Yates created the angle, but McGuffin waited long enough to hit that back corner. It's pretty exciting.
It was very exciting. It was great to see.
Great moment. Kudos to both teams. That's how you play. You leave it all on the court. There's only one U.S. Open per year right here in Naples. Players making the most of it. And we'll have much more when we return on Pickleball Channel. Welcome back to Naples. What a match we just saw. Look at some of the beautiful homes here on the west coast of Florida. Skechers, numbers, and final numbers they are. You know, this game really not summed up in numbers. It was summed up by will, but still, which ones stand out? Chad. Let's check in with Rusty first, who is standing by courtside.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining us online and as well as here. Was that not an incredible match? And I want to have you give a big round of applause all over the world for our bronze medalists, Riley Newman and Tyson McGuffin. And here to present your medals is Brent from Zing Zang. Come on out, Brent. You can give number 1.
Thank you very much, Brent. Nice job. Thank you. Nice job, guys.
Hey, thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Awesome. In addition to your medal, he's going to present you with that fancy winner's bronze medal check there for $2,000. Get your photo. Oh, sorry. We'll do this.
1, 2, 3.
Fantastic. That was amazing, right? I mean, I don't even know what to say. It didn't always go your way the whole time, but here you are with the medal. How'd you turn it around? What really made a difference?
Yeah, so we lost to Stone and Bar, a tough one in Game 3. It was 11-8 in Game 3, so it kind of took the heart out of us. But we were able to regroup, get our stuff back together, win one, and then obviously play these guys. Kudos to Kyle, kudos to Matt. They played great all day. As everybody saw, Kyle was in full body cramps. He had one shoe on at one point, and the guy's giving it his all. So let's give this guy a round of applause.
Absolutely. Incredible play.
But always great playing with this dog. This guy's the big dog that needs to be fed all day, so I'm just kind of the setup guy. As you saw, I probably saw 90% of the ball. That's kind of how it is. But anyhow, love playing with this guy. Happy for a bronze. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And Riley, you know, the reach, the two-handed backhand, you're so dynamic to watch. What does this mean for you to be here right now?
You know, it's a special moment. You know, we're actually from the Seattle area. We actually grew up playing tennis together. So Tyson and I have some history. But honestly, I love the sport of pickleball. I started playing about 3 years ago. Thank you to Mark Cook, who introduced me from Selkirk. But honestly, I just love playing in front of these awesome fans. So thank you very much for cheering for us, everybody. And hopefully you'll see us on many more podiums.
All right, so stay tuned, you guys, because right away, thank you. One more round of applause for our bronze medalists.